Spirit will send you messages through your day-to-day activities. It is up to you to acknowledge that these messages are from Spirit. For example, a specific color car passing you when you're having a very specific thought as a message. If you acknowledge that this is a message from the universe, from Spirit, from your guides, then it likely is because it feels like it. If you don't, then it's just another happenstance thing. Everything is part of a ratio. All right, there's a probability that that color car would have passed you while having that certain thought at that certain time. You could mark it off as part of the probability or mark it off as message from Spirit. The difference is how you feel and how often it happens to you. The algorithm is one of the easiest ways for Spirit to use this ratio, this probability, to give you things that are helpful to you. Of course, an algorithm tailors videos to your interest. But when you feel drawn to a video and you click on it, and there's something in there for you that truly helps or changes your life, is that just happenstance, or is that Spirit nudging you towards messages in one of the most easy ways that it can in modern day times? If you've clicked on this video, if you felt drawn to it, then I don't doubt that there's something in this video that will be helpful to you moving forward. This is a timeless video, so whenever it pops up, consider it for you. In fact, during my talk, I kind of felt more drawn to this deck. Maybe we'll use that deck later or in the extended. Whatever wants to come up for you right now is what we're going to focus on in this video. Everything I do is for your highest good. Tend to gravitate toward love readings, but let's just start with general energy. Just see what wants to come out for you at this time. Let us begin. Symbolic energies for you right now coming through are going to be the sword, the zodiac sign of Libra, and your mind. So the first message coming through is, this is on the more simple side, even though it's a really difficult thing for a lot of people to do and to fall into the positive habit of, but this is about self-care. You've been through some very difficult and challenging times, and now it is time to take control of that energy and do what is best for you. You can continue to be beat down or battered by what has happened, to feel weak and powerless, to be weak and powerless, to let your negative thoughts or the negative energies around you feed off of you and what's going on, or these cards are showing that it is time for you to take control and move forward along your path on your terms. You have that power now. You have that ability now to take control of your circumstances, of your life. And the more that you use that initiative, and the more that you show the universe that you are taking in this power and using it for your highest good, the more power you're going to get. Which means the more you're going to be able to do for yourself in an abundant and successful way. So the choice is yours at this point in the video. If you want to choose to continue kind of feeling weak or beat down, then think of it as a conscious choice. Or you could start to take the steps necessary to do what you need to do in your life, and you will continue. It's like a snowball effect. You will continue to get more and more blessings and abundance as you do this. You're showing the universe that you're ready for something of a higher vibration than what you've been at in a lower vibration. First cards coming out for you are Justice and the Two of Swords, followed by the self-care that is needed with the Nine of Pentacles. Again, I'm feeling the energy of a Libra moon. Some of you may be Libra sun, or some of you may just be going through some kind of legal issue right now, or some kind of karmic balance. With that being said, not only the sword, but the scale. And I'm feeling the Egyptian I think there's an Egyptian hieroglyph, or the Egyptian version is what's coming to my mind, of that scale, of that balance. It may be part of that, what is it, the book, I don't know what it's called actually, but I'm going to try to talk about it. It's like the Book of the Dead. You could buy it in ancient Egypt, allegedly, I think, and it would have, like you could like show it to people in the afterlife and pass through. Anyways, there would be a point where you'd like weigh your heart on a scale, and if it weighed a certain amount or something like that, you can correct me in the comments, you could pass through further on. This may be a part of your life where that metaphoric part of that story is coming into play, where you are going to be weighing your heart on a scale, and you're going to be face to face with either this part of you, or you're going to be passing through. There's something karmic about this as well. With these 3 cards, I want to pull actually a poesis, just to kind of summarize and see what else we can get out of that energy before we move forward. So you're meant to ask yourself right now, what does my heart weigh? What is my heart worth? And you're meant to look at it in a very figurative sense and find out what that means for you. What does my heart weigh? What is my heart worth? So really resonating with this 9 of Pentacles energy is the card of embrace, which I feel like this is a time where you're shedding a lot of the outside influence, and the energetic influence in your life, maybe for the first time most substantially, is going to be your own, which I feel might feel scary for some of you in the beginning, but this begins to be the initiation process of your empowerment. Right? You are embracing your heart space. You're looking at your value. You're looking at your worth. Maybe you're face to face with how you really think of yourself, which could be quite low value. And you're learning, because, she's eating these pentacle grape things, so she's giving herself more weight, more value, and she's doing this on her own. So this may also be a new time where you're picking up hobbies or getting back into endeavors that give you a sense of fulfillment or empowerment, or you're being asked to do so. Some of you are chefs or have something to do with cooking and this. Next 3 cards coming out. The tethered one. There's somebody still there in your energy, right? It's romantic for a lot of you. Let's talk about that then. All right, what do we got coming out here? So you really see value in this other person, long-term relationship type deal. This could be the one that you would spend your entire life with, but it's almost like you have a lot on your plate right now, or maybe they do, but it's filling your mind with heaviness, with weight, this attachment, this relationship. Colors coming out are overwhelmingly red and yellow, so that may be symbolic. Again, relating this to the energy of balance and the sword, we had the tethered one first come out in the shuffle, which would be a cord that could be cut. And then the weight of the connection on your mind having to do with balances and scales. So the poesis card for this situation, relationship, whatever you want to call it, is going to be, what is that? Change, embrace, knowledge. It's change. Change as depicted as a book, right? So the change comes from knowledge gained, which is arguably stronger than the sword, meaning that in order to break out of a situation that you feel is heavy, unending, or difficult in love, romance, or interpersonal relationships, requires knowledge and understanding to rise above whatever kind of energy you feel tied into. What do you need to learn about or know? This is likely self-knowledge. Knowledge of you, something about you, your attachment style. Attachment style is a psychological term you can study, find out yours. I think it's that actually. This might have to do with attachment style. Anxious attachment, for those of you chasing. disorganized for those of you that are pushing, or whatever you want to call it. Look into these different attachment styles and see how far on the spectrum you are on some of them. This might help you. Some of you might need more metaphysical knowledge of the situation, which I would push you into second to the psychological knowledge, because most of you coming here are very spiritual people, but you lack the psychology behind the relationships that would help you combine your spiritual power with psychological power to actually create something very powerful for you as you move forward. In terms of metaphysics, this would be about cords and attachments. You and this person have a cord, and I think it's coming down to, do you choose to keep this attachment or not, and why? Is it a spiritual reason, really? Or is this a psychological reason that you're keeping this around? I'll go into each row in way more detail. In the extended, I'll find a nice oracle deck that will go well with these, as well as just pull more tarot on it as well. I see that you're not wrong in what you think about this person who does seem to have their back turned towards you. It's almost this kind of feeling like, I know better. Like you know more than them about the situation, about the future of the situation, this could be spiritual knowledge. This could simply be ego and attachment, right? And it's up to you to really figure this out about yourself. It's not up to anyone else to figure it out for you. If you're watching tarot videos about it constantly, that's a bad sign. If you're introspecting and learning about yourself through this, that's a good sign. What's sticking up here? Is it the tethered one? Was it sticking face up? I swear I saw a face up card. And I thought it was the tethered one. Maybe I'm just tripping. That's so weird. There's no face up card. Why do I keep seeing the tethered one? It's a sign. Anywho, let's see what the third row has in store for us. What do you need to know for the third row? Some zodiac signs sticking out for the third row are going to be Virgo or Taurus. So what do we have in terms of signs? Libra, Virgo, Taurus on the table. It may mean something to you, may not, doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter, but I'll call it. For this third row, we have disillusion. All right, so it's almost kind of like everything you know. I don't know if this is about like yourself or if this is about the world and relationships around you. It's like everything you know is being challenged right now. And it doesn't feel like it's coming through quite optimistically. It's almost like there's a pessimism about this. So we have this disillusionment with life in general. But is it going to focus, please? Come on. You got this, camera. Everything you know, I feel like there's this kind of challenge to it, and it feels kind of depressing almost, like a rough patch or a slump, or so this could be translated to feeling detached from people, from your day-to-day activities, looking at things differently, burnout from news, from other people's problems, stuff like that. This isn't meant necessarily to make you spiral and get you depressed. I feel like this is more about challenging you to look at things differently and learning more. As you climb higher, you won't be as affected by these things and you'll be able to handle them. So what I kind of see here is you've actually become more sensitive and more alert to what's around you. And you're realizing that it's kind of not the most vibrationally aligned stuff with where you're headed. So there may be a lot of changes needed. But again, the change comes, I feel like, at this time from this reading in the form of knowledge. Spiritual knowledge, self-knowledge, psychological knowledge. It's time to learn more deeply. Find people that you look up to and learn from them. Authors, YouTubers. Who else are there that do the authors and YouTubers? Read books and watch things that are helpful to you, that actually feel like they're feeding your soul at this time. That's how you bring about this mental, spiritual change that is being pressed upon you. And I kind of saw the Hierophant when we got this change card. I don't know if I called it, but I'm not surprised that it came out right along with the Hermit, which is kind of like, yeah, you need that time to be learning, to be changing. You're going through a metaphysical shift, a psychological shift. Things are feeling different. You're very raw, very vulnerable. But don't back down. It could be very easy to just feel bad about what's going on. And this says to just meet and rise up and meet that challenge, because that's what this is right now. This is a challenge. Whatever you're going through is a challenge. I don't know why I'm getting car trouble for some people. That's part of it. Anything specific that wants to come out before we jump into the specifics of the extended? Anything else want to come out for you guys? We got the Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. This is basically like, if you keep fighting, you'll go from the Page to the Knight. Keep fighting. You're going to be leveling up easily. What once was a great challenge to you will be nothing in the months to come. Right? Then that will show your growth. New challenges await that level you up more. And soon the challenges just become windfalls of abundance. But keep fighting, whatever this is that you're pushing through. And I do see wish fulfillment as you go along. Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups with that fight shows that this has a happy ending for you. Don't give up. It is time to learn. Sorry about the focus there. I don't know what's going on with that. And before I jump into the extended, so like I said, we will clarify these 3 rows and whatever, each one entails. I want to pull an archetype card for you guys. Kairos. Nice blue eye. Might mean something to some of you. Pretty much one of the last 3. Mythic time, synchronicity. We've all had that experience of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there's a secondary time continuum that goes beyond an earthly clocks and schedules. Within this nonlinear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with our auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. In light, there's alignment, ease in decisions and action. When dark, you're fighting against time. Go deeper. Felix Gonzalez Torres's Untitled, Perfect Lovers. So, part of your fight, this battle, this disillusionment seems to be with time, either where you're at right now, what you missed out on, or impatience for what's coming. That's advice for that, I want to say. We'll look a little bit more into this card as well in the extended. Thank you so much for coming. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and join me in the extended if you wish to further support the channel and also support yourself through more acquisition of knowledge. Take care.